Principle of accountability, fairness, and transparency in business. Organizational moral capacity and performance are influenced by business leadership. The range and quality of ethics programs, as well as the integrations of ethics into the organizational activity, are influenced by business leaders. Most practical business leaders in most countries, on the other hand, are rarely held accountable for moral, social, or environmental failures. A business leader must be good in governance. A good in governance is a critical component in ensuring a company's integrity and effectiveness. Poor governance can limit a company's potential, cause financial issues, and in some situations, harm the company's reputations in the long run. A corporation that follows the key principles of good governance, such as fairness, accountability, transparency, will typically outperform its competitors and be able to attract investors who can help fund future expansion. Accountability. Without effective accountability systems, a business or organization is vulnerable to suspicions of mismanagement and power abuse. Worst of all, it would deny it full legitimacy and respect from its partners, especially the duty carriers with whom it seeks to encourage in engagement. Being responsible is having to explain or justify one's actions and decisions. Accountability is the act of justifying and explaining one's actions. Accountability involves responsibility. It is only fair to hold someone accountable for what they are responsible for. The requirements and responsibility to provide an explanations or a rationale for the company's acts and conduct is referred to as accountability. Examples of accountability in business. 1. If the printer is not working, call the mechanic to repair it instead of complaining that it's not working. This demonstrates leadership and shows that you hold yourself accountable. When you see problems, try finding solution instead of complaining. 2. Suppose you are and your team feel that lunch hours are too short to ensure productivity. Instead of complaining about it, you could take charge and communicate with your superior. You will help increase productivity at the workplace as your workmates will be happier. Fairness. It involves balancing the interest involved in all decision making, including any decisions related to hiring, firing, including the investigatory process, and the compensations and reward system in an organization. Fairness has to do with justice, which is to give to another that which is due to him or her. Now, for a more concrete explanation of justice, it looks at the balance of benefits and burdens distributed among members of a group or can result from the application of rules, policies, or laws that apply to a society or a group or organizations or your company or your business. Fairness example in business. 1. A business which makes new homes for people should inform them about the actual area, electrical and water supply, property taxes, and give what has been promised at the time of buying the house. 2. Two employees do quarrel and you need to know what happened, so listen to them first. Listening is one of the easiest ways to make your employees feel valued and promote fairness in the workplace. By knowing that you care about their opinions, your employees will feel important and respected. Be consistent in your listening. Don't listen to some employees and not others, so that you maintain trust with all employees. Transparency. The stakeholders should be informed about the company's activities, what it plans to do in the future, and any risk involved in its business strategies. Transparency means openness, a willingness by the company to provide clear information to shareholders and other stakeholders. For example, transparency refers to the openness and willingness to disclose financial performance figures, which are truthful and accurate. Transparency ensures that stakeholders can have confidence in the decision making and management processes of a company. Example of transparency in business. 1. Investors think about transparency in terms of how readily they can access financial information about the company, including its price levels and audited financial reports. Investors must be able to trust that your organization produce financial reports that are informative, accurate, and independently audited. 2. Customers want to see transparency from the businesses where they choose to spend their money. To achieve transparency with its customers, businesses should respond to customers' inquiries and feedback in an honest and timely fashion and increase the accessibility of information about their products and services. Transparency also means admitting to mistakes instead of trying to cover them up and working to make things right with customers. When executed well, a transparency with customers result in elevated brand loyalty and increased sales and stronger employee satisfaction. Companies who implement the principles of good governance that is transparent, accountable, and show fairness into working environmental life will ensure success and economic growth. They are the basis on which companies can grow. Business ethics and social responsibility.